Hi guys, it's Miss Noble, and so here is your recording to help you walk through analyzing secondary sources for day 2. Just like yesterday, we're going to be walking through and analyzing a secondary source. I wanted to take you through this slideshow because it is just a tiny bit different with some of the things that you guys are going to be filling out, and I wanted to show you what those differences are. So hopefully this will actually make it a little bit easier and better to understand than what we went through yesterday. So of course you're going to put your name here on the very first slide. On the second slide here, it looks very similar to the setup we had yesterday. We have what we love junk food article, or why we love junk food article right here. And you will click that to actually get the article, the link to it. There's a video that goes along with it, and you can link it right, or you can get the link right over here in this top corner. And so part 1, identify the source and the author. And here we have who the author is and what their job is or their background. And then who is this created for? Who is the audience? Why was this made? And so here we have our table of contents. Remember, not everything has a table of contents, so you have to kind of think about that. Is this something that would have a table of contents? And then check out the index. First of all, is there an index? Remember, if there's not a table of contents or an index, you can put none or NA for not applicable. And then key events. What are the things that are happening in this source? Now, again, the magazine article, another one. Are they based on primary sources or mostly secondary sources? So just like in the textbook, we go through and we check out some of the sources and quotes that they used in the article. So is that a primary source that they are quoting, or is it a secondary source? Or maybe they're using some photographs. Check it out and see, are they mostly primary sources that the article is using? And then list one of the primary sources that they're using. Make sure to include what it is and where it's from. And on this page, figuring out the argument. So this first box, we changed just a tiny bit. We want you to find the main idea of the argument and write it in your own words. So you're going to read through the argument or through the article and tell us, what is this mostly about? And then, does the author give another side to this story? Another point of view, another perspective. These are words that we've talked about in language arts as well. So you should be familiar. If they're telling you that something is good, do they also tell you that other people think it is bad? Does the author give you a different perspective? And then, what about this article is important for people to know about? Think about it in its place in history. And then finally, pretend you are the historian. Remember, all of this is thinking like a historian anyways. So pretend you are that historian. And so what are 3 questions you can ask based on this source? So think back to that thinking like a historian document that we've looked at and come up with some 3 questions that you might want to ask yourself or about this source. And so that is the end. That is the last page. Make sure that when you are done, you have it all filled out and then you turn it in. The rest of the day, if you get this done during your time in social studies, make sure you have everything else filled out. I hope you have a great rest of your afternoon, and we will see you live tomorrow.